Happy Monday, YouTube family and friends. Hope you had a good start to your work week. I had my follow up appointment with the neurologist this morning, Monday, August 18th, 2025. And we talked about how I'm starting to have tongue weakness, which has caused me to have trouble swallowing my food and also to talk after a while. And thank God this morning when I was talking to the neurologist, I started to have talking difficulties. It started off fine, and as the more I talked, the more that my tongue started to feel weak, and I lost control of part of it. It's like I couldn't control it as well, so I started to slur my words and it got to a point where I could barely say words, as I felt like a little kid with like missing teeth, front teeth, how I was talking. And even now, I already feel like it's affecting me and my ability to talk right now. I got home and called my mom up to give her the update. And after a little bit, I had trouble talking to her as well. It's just I lose my tongue gets weak. And so the neurologist went ahead and did the normal test of strength on me, for my everything. And so yeah, he definitely noted the blue bar symptoms, mainly my tongue. And I said the tongue weakness is what's affecting my speech and my swallowing abilities. Like I said, when I chew my food, it's hard to like move the food around in my mouth to chew it. And then when I swallow it, it feels like some of it doesn't get swallowed all the way, or just like a lump in the beginning of my esophagus where I have to like swallow like 2, 3, 4 times in order for me to swallow the food fully. And sometimes I have to drink to help it go down. So he's the neurologist is not sure exactly if it's caused by my Inspire nerve stimulator implant that I use for sleep apnea, but he thinks it might be. The first month after I had the surgery to have my thymus gland removed from my chest for my generalized myasthenia gravis, the autoimmune disease, I started using the nerve stimulator, and it was fine, but of course it was on the lowest settings for to stimulate my tongue to move it forward when I breathe, when I sleep. And so, but I started to experience some symptoms of my tongue weakness about 3 weeks ago, when I was at level 4 of the nerve stimulator. And now the last week I've been at level 5. And this last week is when I was on my cruise. I was every time I ate food in the morning, for lunch in the evening, or if I was snacking on something, I was experiencing tongue weakness and having to swallow like every bite 2, 3, 4 times. And so he thinks that my tongue's being overworked because it's being constantly stimulated when I sleep. And so in my head, I sound funny. So it'll be interesting to see when I watch this recording before I post it how I sound. So, but anyway, he didn't change my medication yet. He left me at the same dose of steroid for now. He asked me instead to not use the Inspire nerve stimulator for a week and see if my tongue goes back to normal. Uh, right now, if I would rest my tongue and not talk or eat anything for a few minutes, everything will settle back down and I'll be fine until I start talking for a little while again, or if I start to eat something. Uh, that's, well, he didn't say what we would do after the week is up if my tongue doesn't improve. So if it doesn't improve, that means the Inspire nerve stimulator is not the cause. But he didn't say what the next steps would be if it doesn't improve. If it does improve, then I'm going to have to make a tough decision. I'll have to decide if I want to stop using this Inspire device and have to go back to this damn CPAP machine. I still have it hooked up in case I need it. So I'll have to make a decision whether I go back to the CPAP and just don't use this anymore, which would really suck. Means I went for the surgery for nothing. And then I might actually would have to have it removed. Or I can just leave it in and don't worry about it. I hope that doesn't happen. I hate that CPAP machine with a passion. I hate sleeping with it. It sucks. So, but, or I can continue, if it is the reason for my tongue weakness, then I can say, you know what? I can live with this tongue weakness. I'm going to continue to use my Inspire device. But I run the risk of making this worse and starting to have choking from eating. Right now it's just trouble swallowing, but I'm able to get things swallowed. It just takes a couple of attempts. But eventually it could get to a point where the food doesn't go down at all and ends up going down my windpipe instead. And that can cause a choking hazard. Or if it doesn't go down the esophagus, I guess you get choked from that. I'm not sure how that works. So this sucks. Good news is I just called the place to get a new therapist and a new psychiatrist. Right now, I've only been seen by the immediate care facility, and they stated that I need to get a therapist and a psychiatrist that I can see on a regular as a new patient. And so I got the appointment with a new therapist or a new psychiatrist that can prescribe medication this Thursday. And then I have a follow-up appointment with the immediate care psychiatrist next Tuesday in the afternoon, but also next Tuesday in the morning. Not tomorrow, but next Tuesday for both of these. I have an appointment in the morning, Tuesday the 26th, to see the new therapist. And then in the afternoon, I have the appointment to see the psychiatrist at the immediate care just for a follow-up. And I'll let her know that I got a new therapist and a new psychiatrist now. So then also next Monday, the 25th, I have my follow-up appointment, my 1 month follow-up appointment with my primary doctor. because she put me on the medication at night to help me sleep. It's for my anxiety and my depression. And I tell you what, folks, my depression just got worse because of this tongue issue. How am I ever going to make it back to work? I don't know if I'll ever be able to work again. I don't know. But anyway, then Friday, this coming Friday, but next Friday, the 29th of August, I have my appointment with the Inspire device folks to see how it's going. And I'll know by then whether or not I have to make a decision on continuing to use it or stop using it because it's affecting my tongue with my autoimmune disease. So, all right, folks. But that's my update that I promised you that I would provide to you about my follow-up appointment with a neurologist. So, all right, y'all, take care. I hope you have a good rest of your work week. And remember to be kind to everybody. Just be kind no matter what. We have too much hate in this world right now. So, all right, take care, and I love you all. Bye-bye.